Go Chiefs! Hey, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Happy Sunday, everybody. That's right. We're already to that point. Not quite as late as normal. Actually, I was doing a show tonight at 7, so I apologize for anybody that thought that was when we were going to go, because that's what I said I was going to do. But we have an event tonight that I have forgotten about. So I'm sorry. I'm not sure why I'm so fuzzy. Anyway, hope everybody's having a great weekend. I can't believe we're already to the end of the weekend, but again, go Chiefs. I know a lot of you are probably watching the Lions game right now, but I thought I would go live just for a little tiny bit and see how you fine folks are. It's been a minute since we've done one of these, and so I wanted just to say hello. So let's see who we got here. We got Justin Racklin in the house. Hey there, can't stick around. Focusing on my Lions. There you go. That's what I was going to say. It's a good game. It's a good game right now, so we might do a short show. Theodore in the house. BSC. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Same to you. Really appreciate you being here, and thanks again, as always, for being a member, Theodore. I really appreciate it. We got Nomar in the house. Evening, Chris. Hello to you. We got Jimmy G from Godlike Statues. Hello, everyone. Happy holidays, and same to you. Again, I cannot believe that we are, just a week out or so from Christmas. It's pretty crazy how fast December has gone. It's already the 15th today. Man, I don't know why I'm going in and out of focus so much. I really apologize. Maybe if I scoot back a little bit. We got Fatal in the house. How's it going, Miss Fatal? Love you, man. Hope you're having a great one. We got Eric, another Brotherhood member. We got all the members chiming in tonight. I really appreciate that very much. Anyway, welcome to the show. As again, people keep filtering in. Appreciate everybody being here. We got Cobra Edits 0. Hey, Chris, any snow in Kansas yet? We've not had any here. I'm in the middle of Kansas. We did have snow this week in Manhattan, Kansas, which is about an hour from here, give or take. So there's been some snow in Kansas, just not really much here. I think we might have had some flurries one day. I've had quite a bit of rain. We had the thunderstorm the other night, which was interesting. Just you don't hear a lot of the thunder snow. The Namic in the house saying happy Sunday to all. Again, thank you for being here and thank you for being a member, my friend. Steak time, huh? That sounds delicious. Are you grilling or what are you doing? Let me know. Gonna make me hungry. Gatsu30 says, Chris, what's up, man? Hope all is well with the family. Thank you very much. Same to you. Things are going well here. Just got off my walk. I just watched the Chiefs game, and then I went on my little outdoor walk, which was nice, listening to some AC/DC, which I always do. Keeps me going forward, and I did a little bit of running today as well. I'm, again, trying to be healthier, even though I've been drinking my iced caffeinated beverage, which people have been giving me crap about. Just a little bit of milk, a little bit of coffee, but, I'm burning it off, I guess. Deflex one says, what you got pre-ordered? Well, on my pre-order list currently, I probably should do a video on this just to update everybody, but I just got the Batman 89 in, which you can see right here. I got the Batgirl premium format. I think most likely, and I'll have you guys weigh in on it too, as people continue to log in here. So I got the shipping notification, like the Batman versus Joker diorama from Sideshow is shipping soon. I did a video on it about whether I should cancel or not, or keep it, review it. I've already got somebody that says they want it. If I do get it in and I don't want it. So, I feel like it might be a win-win to keep it and review it at least. I definitely want to see if I can get it to work in the collection. I can't picture it anywhere. It definitely won't fit on the back shelves with the quarter scales. So I'm going to have you guys weigh in and see what you guys think again with the live chat here. If you think I should get it, but I've got that pre-ordered. I've got a fan art Harley on order. I've got the Batman versus Killer Croc diorama from Prime One Studio. I've got the Legendary Beast Batman. Trying to think of what else is on there. It's definitely smaller. There's a couple other items I think that are on that list, but maybe I need to do an updated video. Andrew James says, just picked up the Prime One Catwoman. Pretty penny nowadays, but well worth it. Which one did you get? Arkham, the Lee Bermejo, or the Blitzway? Let me know which Catwoman you got. Zahiro says, I bake all my steak because I am cheap with no grill. All my money is to statues. LOL. I'm actually afraid for your statue in Kansas, as Kansas is home of tornadoes. Well, it's actually interesting. So I've lived in Kansas my whole life. I was born in this town, and it's pretty crazy because we were always in Tornado Alley. Well, Tornado Alley is actually moved. And I think it's all because of global warming, or there's no question at this point that the weather is different than it used to be. The weather patterns are different. The way that storms form in Kansas are very different than they have been my entire life. And so Tornado Alley has actually moved a little bit east, and it's now more into Missouri, which is interesting. So we don't get as many tornadoes here as we did. It's really strange. Anyone pick up the Batman 1 New 52 Natalie Sanders Harley Quinn Christmas Virgin variant? Not me, but that's a great cover. I did see that this week. Man, there's been a lot of really great covers lately. By the way, has anybody read Absolute Batman? I still have not read it. I think, are there 4 issues out? I was actually on Amazon. I was looking for some Christmas gift ideas for my parents to give me, because they need ideas. And I always have a really hard time because I just want Sideshow gift cards. That's all I ever want is Sideshow gift cards and, just cash basically to put towards statues. Nobody wants to do that. They want to, have me open up a present. So I was actually thinking about getting a couple of those books. I just don't really know. There's so many different covers right now, and they're all really like they're $20 for the first one. Like I think that maybe it's the first printing, but let me know if anybody's liking that story. The Virgin Prime says, happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a great weekend as well. Jimmy says, Chris, I still have the Batman 89 in order. Should I pick that one up? I wonder if J&D does one soon. They will, but I would imagine it'll be at least $3,000. So you have to kind of weigh that out. I'm really happy with the way the Prime 1 turned out. I really like the base. I think the lightness is great. Maybe the cape could have been a little bit better. Again, I would have preferred the return suit, but I have zero regrets in getting the 89. I think it's a great piece. So I think either way, Jimmy, but I think you're going to have a harder time finding that one as we go, just because you can't find the Blitzway Catwoman at all. I'm so pumped. I actually got a notification from being on a wait list to purchase a piece from Figurama. I have been on the list for close to a year. That's awesome. It's amazing sometimes. Like I saw somebody's like Bane versus Batman convert like this week. Like that's, 3 years later or something. Like it's pretty unbelievable when you have, it doesn't hurt to get on a list, right? And you don't have to buy it, but it doesn't hurt. And sometimes miracles happen, right? So congratulations. That is a Christmas miracle. It's awesome. Nomar says, I got waitlist conversion from Prime 1 on the Batman versus Croc and jumped on it. Super excited. That's awesome. I think that's going to be such a sleeper piece. And again, I don't even know if it'll fit on my back shelf either. That's another piece that I just don't know, but I love it. I love the concept. I wish it was third scale. I really do. That would have been a great way to do it because they wouldn't have had to do a full Croc. I would have loved them to do the third scale. I got the Michelle Pfeiffer one. So Blitzway and Prime 1. Not nice. That's great. I mean, you can't go wrong. They're all of the Catwomans that they've done, Catwomen, plural, Catwomen's. I don't think that's right, but Catwomen statues. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but yes, they're all been great. Battlecat 78 says, what do you plan on filling the bottom section of your shelves with? Awesome collection, by the way. Just in time, really. Some of these that are on the top shelf will eventually go down. As I get new pieces in, and as I feel like, this piece is better than the one, so then that one goes down. Just whatever I feel like looks better. I don't know. Like I could see, I've had Killer Croc for a long, long time. Maybe he would go down, or if they do a different version. It just really depends on, it really just depends on what pieces come. I'm definitely excited to see some of the legendary beast villains as they continue to come out. So I think a lot of those will probably take the top shelf. Just a second. I'm sending a link real quick. But yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do. Absolute Batman makes other Batman look like a wimp. That's what I've heard. Like I've heard that he is just a crazy, crazy strong dude, which is pretty awesome. So anyway, I'm excited to read it because I've heard it's good, but I guess we'll see. Darth Rashid says, what's up, Chris? You need to get that Jazz Inc. Batman Batwing. Jeez, I cannot talk today. Absolute Batman has been so good. I'm glad to hear it. So yeah, everybody says I should get that Batwing. I literally have no wall space for it. the perfect wall would have been there. Some people have said put it on the ceiling. You know, but anything's possible. So if anybody just wants to send me their Jazz ink Batwing, I would take it. I did send Dan a link. I just saw his message a second ago. So if he is wanting to come on, Dan, come on down. Desert Jane, I got the chance to pre-order the Harley Quinn Who Laughs from Waitlist. So happy I got that. Man, that piece is so good. Desert Jane, I got the chance to pre-order the Harley Quinn Who Laughs from Waitlist. So happy I got that. Man, that piece is so good. Desert Jane, I got the chance to pre-order the Harley Quinn from Waitlist. So happy I got that. Man, that piece. We're on a loop. Desert Jane, I got the
How
chance
are we
to
on a
pre-order
loop?
the Harley Quinn. I don't know. Waitlist.
Hold on.
So happy I got that. Man, that piece. We're on a loop.
How are we on a loop?
We should like beatbox, like it's build up. On a loop.
I don't know how we're on a loop.
We should like beatbox, like it's build up.
I don't know.
This is so weird. Okay, I'm gonna kick you.
Hold on.
Gosh, that was hilarious. I've never seen that. I have no idea how that did that. But yeah, there we go. That's so funny. Yeah, but anyway, the Harley Who Laughs, I've considered getting it. I think it would look great next to the Batman Who Laughs. I just don't know if I need it, you know, but it is a great piece. Absolute Batman 3 comes out this Wednesday, and it's a phenomenal series. Snyder seems like he's having fun with new challenges for Batman. I love Scott Snyder. He does such a phenomenal job. So I'm just very excited to read it, but I don't have a local comic book shop, so I would need to order it from like eBay, basically, to get it. Unless anybody has any recommendations of places that might be a good place to order it that ships it out. Like, is there any way that ships out individual issues before Christmas? I'm sure some of you know. I just don't. I'm out of that loop completely. So let me know. Dan, your own channel. You don't need to ask. I know we need him to get his own channel. He is really happy to be part of the BSC network. Always has been. We've talked about, like, you know, it would be a natural fit for him, but we're just glad to have him here. Just such a great friend of the channel, and again, say I love the guy. So let's see. Hello. Oh, I think we're good.
Better.
That was, I know what it was. I had the show open in my Safari browser before I joined in Chrome. So we were hearing my other browser.
But still, it was so weird that it would loop.
It is kind of weird.
I've never seen anything like that. Like, you would think you would just keep hearing our conversation.
It is kind of weird. I agree.
Man, that's crazy. How the heck are you?
Yeah, I'm the heck good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Looks like maybe you guys had some fun last night.
Yeah, we went to, so Huntsville has a pro hockey team. It's not NHL, but it is a professional league, and called the Huntsville Havoc. And it's a 8,000 seat roughly stadium, or, you know, arena, and
kind of like indoor football type.
Yeah.
That lower bowl.
Like, really well produced. It as good as any pro arena I've been to in terms of the production level, you know? So yeah, we had a blast. It was a great take. Went with some friends of ours, and yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
What about you? How are you? No football this weekend. How was that?
Well, the Chiefs played earlier.
Oh, okay.
They played it, and they played the Browns.
Gotcha.
Which you can only imagine how exciting of a game that was. Patrick gets hurt a little bit in the fourth quarter, so he's like hobbling off. So they pull him, and so hopefully he'll be. They play 3 times in 11 days.
Is that right? Wow.
They play today. They play Christmas Christmas Day, and then one other time. I can't remember when the other game is, but it's crazy.
Wow.
So yeah, that football went over, and they got over about 3:00, and I decided I went for my afternoon walk.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going to do some Christmas light stuff tonight in our neighborhood. So,
oh, nice.
I thought, I'll go in a little bit early. So thank you for joining us.
That's cool. Yeah, I was just hanging around, watching a little Netflix. Very rare. I'm just kind of sitting on the couch doing nothing with the fireplace on. And
that sounds kind of perfect, actually.
It was very perfect. But you know what? I can only do that for so long, and then I get antsy. So
yeah, I know.
I was actually planning. I've been moving some artwork around here in the collection yesterday, and I was coming up to kind of finish that kind of stuff up, and I'm like, and I got the notification that you were on. I said, well, perfect.
Well, I'm glad you joined us.
Perfect time.
So moving some art around.
Yeah.
Does that mean that we are teetering
Oh, we're
on
it.
the room tour.
Dude, it's coming to you before Thursday. You'll have the footage.
So here's what I'm going to do.
That is my
I kind of planned ahead. I am going to give you the Christmas Day slot. That is going to be the Christmas present from the BSC to give what everybody's wanted. The ultimate Christmas present. I'm giving it to you, everybody, Christmas Day. I'm going to wait. Everybody's got to wait a little bit longer.
It's coming to you.
We can do like a daily countdown.
T- whatever that is, 6 days, 5
That's right.
days.
It's not, I was going to say, whatever it is. It's
whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's awesome. Well, I cannot wait. Everybody's very excited. And again, thank you for doing it.
I'm excited to do it. It's not perfect yet. I've got
it's never going to be perfect.
A couple of things, but I'm
I know
bad with that, man.
I know.
I'm bad with that.
This is, as I always say, it's a snapshot of where you are right now.
Yeah. Yep.
And I see this glowing orb.
I had to show her off. You cannot exit this one from the cave the way you do the other heroes.
No, I can't.
You can't. She's too damn good. I hope everybody who's even a little thinking of it gets her. I am going to go out on a limb. I am going to say it's the best premium format they've done.
Ever?
I cannot think. Well, that's not fair because I only buy the Batman.
The ones that you've had.
Related. Well, ones that I've had and ones that I've seen in person, put it that way.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better. I can think of plenty of good ones. I'm looking at one like Scarecrow.
Great one.
Really, really good. But she's better, I think. I can't think of a better premium format than her. Just right on top, you can see that one up there.
Love that one.
Yep, Gotham by Gaslight. He's really good. She's better, I think. But
what do you think of like the interior of his mouth? The way it's lit, like it's got like this really crazy white peppery. It's just so cool inside of there.
I love it. For me, it's kind of like the vortex of change that's going on from within him and being pushed out. That's kind of my storytelling for it. I love it. I couldn't ask for anything more. First of all, it's bigger than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
With his arm and the way it's wrapped around the bottom of her kind of thing. I think it's painted really well. They managed to achieve, some texture in the mud and all of that. I couldn't ask for anything more. And she's sensational. The suit's awesome. The colors they selected. I love the way they toned it down. She's not like a bright blue. She's a great color, and I like the color gold that they picked for all of the gauntlets and boots and belt and all that. I don't know. What premium format in your mind is better? I'm curious, and I accept. Look, it's all opinion.
It is really tough. Like I think all the ones that I have are all the ones I have had. Mm-hmm. I would maybe say, I think Penguin's up there.
Okay.
Just in terms of like how detailed he is and the art direction with the under the water.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Like, and again, the way that it incorporates these two characters and creates such a storytelling element.
Exactly.
And I remember like when they first came out with her, I was like, kind of like, what are they doing with the blue? That was a weird choice, but like, it's actually just the most brilliant choice because I always go back to that Dave Igo statement whenever he was on like Sideshow Live. And I said, we want a Clayface. And like, who would ever buy a ball of mud, because it is a ball of mud, but it's hard to paint because it's just brown, shades of brown. But the fact that they went with the blue, it broke it up.
Yep.
Which is really smart.
I agree.
Of course, there's been something this week that's kind of caught our attention. There is kind of these fan art add-on pieces, maybe that people might be buying. It's like a freeze gun, like a yeah.
I am on the list. I already reached out to the commissioner, and I am on the list.
Did they have prices?
Not final, but he did give me a range that he thought.
Okay. All right. We might talk off camera then. because I think it's awesome. And I don't even necessarily, there's a second head sculpt. I'm like, I love the head sculpt. I think if anything, I would want the second head sculpt maybe to be a little bloodier. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if that's something I would want, just because.
That's always achievable by hand, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I do like the idea of the freeze gun or whatever, the electrical gun or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's well done. And that portrait, if they can get that quality in production, I think it looks great. It's a great alternative for this statue.
Has that group ever done other things? Like, are they? I just don't know if I have seen other stuff from them.
I don't know. I have to be honest. I'm not, big in the custom world at all. I mean, I had the Punchline statue, and what's the other thing? Oh, I had bought, and I don't even remember. It was 5-6 years ago now. But the add-on set for Samurai Batman. Oh yeah. I had that. And I'm trying to think. So I haven't had a lot. But.
I say the only outside of the ones that I have back here, I've got the original Joker right here, and I bought that set, or I got the set with the bloody hands and the crowbar instead of just the cane.
Yep.
And that's what I have him displayed at all times with that, because I love the crowbar a lot more, and the white gloves versus the purple gloves.
Right.
But I mean, it's always kind of risky, but we've had pretty good luck so far, I think, with the limited experiences that we've had.
I have to knock on wood. I have had good luck.
But going back to what you said about, it would be a difficult piece to leave the collection. Like I put her up there with like Poison Ivy and Catwoman, and she just fits right in with because I mean, I figured Clayface would be up there with the Rogues.
Yep.
My only conundrum at this point is, like, obviously I would want maybe Harley up there too. And you still have the Punchline, right? The quarter scale Punchline?
Nope, she sold.
Oh, you sold her?
I sold her when I picked up the third scale.
Okay. That's like, she's so oversized. And
the third scale?
No, the quarter scale.
Oh, the quarter scale? Yeah.
Compared to the sideshow pieces, like, she's just a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And I figured Harley will be similar. I figured she would also be bigger because it's the same sculptor.
Probably, yeah.
So I was
on a smaller base, though. I think Harley's on a Punchline was on a pretty good sized base.
Yeah. So she might be okay. I just felt like her body was bigger, even like
her body was bigger. She's definitely a little bit bigger. Yeah. So
I might pair her up next to Punchline, which would be a good display, I think.
Yep.
So anyway, but yeah, I'm so impressed with what they did with this piece, and I just overall Sideshow's direction. I mean, obviously that's a Daniel Bell piece. All the new stuff that's coming out is all sculpted by Maria Panfilova. Like Penguin and Man-Bat and Riddler, all done by her. So this kind of this more grotesque line.
They're doing what I'm hearing. I think they're knocking it out of the park. I really do. They've clearly upped their game. I mean, there's two that I am absolutely kicking myself for now. I'm kicking myself that I didn't get Penguin, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't get the new Ivy. Really kicking myself for not getting those two. And because I'm shocked they haven't put Riddler up yet, but I hope that during the 12 days they do. Sideshow's 12 days, but it's kind of weird they haven't, but definitely him, definitely Man-Bat.
I don't understand, especially when they revealed him and there was hype. That's when you want to capitalize on the buzz. Like, I just don't.
You would think. I don't know what they're waiting for.
And again, if it's a factory issue, or it's like they have to wait X, Y, and Z days until this could be put into production or whatever, I get that. Well, then don't show us it until you're ready for that, and then.
And you know what? I mean, I do think, though, that right now, even now would be, I don't think they've missed that hype window. And the reason I say that is because of her. I think so much positive. I mean, I really haven't seen any negative about her, and everybody loves it. And I think if, between the quality of her, the quality of Ivy, the quality of Penguin, it's like, come on, you can't miss out on these pieces. If you want these characters in your collection, and at reasonable prices, at least by today's standards, kind of hard to pass.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad you got her. And you mentioned Penguin. Did you have? I know we've sent you a couple leads. Anything?
Yeah,
biting?
I'm being really picky. There was one particularly good seller. I don't want to mention him by name, a collector in the group, and he's awesome. I have a hard time in this market paying over retail.
Yeah.
For the piece. I just can't do it. I don't think I have not sold any of mine have all gone under retail, the ones that I've sold recently as I move things around. And I can't pay over retail.
Yeah,
even if it's a little. I'm not doing it.
No, I don't blame you. I mean, that's the thing is there's always going to be something that comes along.
Exactly.
Sometimes, and again, we practice patience here on the channel. That's what we always say. You have to be patient.
I tell you what, Chris, that point can't be overstated. The patience aspect. It is something that over these, whatever it's been now, 10 plus years of collecting now, and, you know, sharing that collecting with you and the other rogues. Now, I think, you know, I've been with you nearly the 8 years that you've been on, very close to it. It's, I am way more patient now than I ever was 8-10 years ago, you know. If you're patient, it really does pay off in this hobby. It's hard to be patient. It definitely is.
It is.
But man, it really does pay off, you know.
Yeah, wait for the deal.
Yeah, wait for the deal. It comes along. It will come along.
You know, it's one of those things where, like, if it's a piece that you've been waiting 3 years for and you haven't been able to find one, that might be the case to jump on it, right? But if it's one of those things where you're like, I'm okay, I'm not in a hurry. When it comes, it'll come. I mean, there was a lot of those made. Well, not a ton, but there was enough of them that somebody's going to sell. I mean, somebody's already selling Batgirl in the group today. I saw, which I was like, whoa,
for like 1,200.
Oh, were they really? Were they?
I
bet. I didn't even look to see how much it was.
Yeah,
I'm curious now. I got to go in there now and see how much they were asking because I don't
know. I hope, because what was she like, 705 or something, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Very, very reasonable.
Very reasonable. I mean, yeah, she's awesome.
I got to see if let me go real quick through here and just see.
Oh, while you're doing that, I have to tell you, I had a little freak out moment while I was unboxing her.
That's not good.
Speaking of being not patient, I had her unboxed in the 10 minutes it took from me to post the box, you to reach out to me about a live unboxing. She was already unboxed.
That's impressive.
Yeah. In the kitchen, by the way. She didn't even make it up here. So a little bit of a tip for anybody getting her in. I had her, on my kitchen island, and I went to plug her in. Right. So this one, guys, if you don't know, she's not battery powered. She's AC powered, which is phenomenal. And I happen to have, like probably most of us in the kitchen, I've got a couple of cords hanging around for when you plug your phone in the kitchen, whatever. So I just USB-C, plugged right in, and I know it's a good cord. I know it's a good plug, the whole thing, and the light's not working. Oh, crap. It's not working. I unplugged, replugged, not working, tested the plug, went through the whole thing. It's not until I used the cable that Sideshow provided that it worked. So
that's weird.
I don't understand it at all. I don't know why that would be. It seems like a pretty straightforward USB-A to USB-C cable.
Right.
But in case anybody else runs into it, and the cable I was using was an Apple cable. So it wasn't just some junk,
That'd be a nice cable.
Yeah. Decent cable, and so in case anybody runs into it.
Can you believe the length of that cord?
It's awesome.
It's I don't know why it's never been done, but I'm like, when I pulled that thing out, I was like, this is so cool. Like, it's so nice. It's so collector friendly because you could literally stretch it. I was able to stretch it to the table from my computer.
Yep. Yeah.
I've never been able to do anything like that because usually it's like,
yeah, right.
Not like that.
Yep. No,
maybe 4 feet.
They took care of. Oh, it's at least 4 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking, I think it might be a 6-foot cable.
Nice.
It's very helpful. Yep.
Well, that's a great tip. And it's so weird. Kind of like our loop earlier. So which Nomar says, what is this loop? So sorry, I'm getting back to some of the questions here. Give a shout out to Fatal again. He said, I canceled my J&D Catwoman dual set. I have the Prime 1 soon in hand. Let's see. You have, I think he's talking about the Michelle Pfeiffer. I think the Michelle Pfeiffer set.
Oh,
from
right.
J&D. And
Oh, now, the Michelle Pfeiffer one. Yeah.
he's going to get the Blitzway. Well, what do you think of the? Have you had a chance to like see some of my Batman '89 videos or footage?
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
I watched the live unboxing and I watched the review. And I have to say, I think he looks like many of these do. I think he looks better in your videos and pictures than in Prime One's. The textures on the suit and everything look really accurate. And I think it is true to the movie. You know, I think he looks good. You know, I think for that character, that version of Batman, he's true to the movie design. And I love the base. I like the base a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of outshines the character a little bit in my mind.
It does. It does. I'm so impressed with like, and I hate to say it, but like how crappy the suit is, because the suit was literally, if you've ever seen it, like it was this awful latex that was glued onto like a wetsuit or something, and it had like all these imperfections, and like under dark lighting, it looked great.
Yeah.
But if you actually see it, it was awful. And they really captured it. Like like, especially like I'm like the part I'm most impressed with is the crotch. Like it has this like just bad crotch seam. And like it's accurate. Like that's what I love. Like they went to that level of detail for it, which is great. So anyway, like I've said, I'm like, now bring on the Penguin, bring on Max Schreck. I would love to see them do a few more pieces. I think that'd be pretty cool. But
it'd be interesting if I wonder how Keaton sold. Like, I wonder what, it'd be interesting to see if that holds any water. Like if there's appetite for more characters from the two Tim Burton films. Because they never made, I mean, if you think about Dark Knight, well, not Dark Knight, but like Begins. Yeah. Like the origin, they didn't make a Scarecrow. They didn't make a Ra's al Ghul. They kind of steered clear of that. So it'll be interesting. I wonder, do you think there's an appetite for those pieces? I think
there's definitely not an appetite for Max Schreck. Like I think I'm the only one on the planet that wants that.
Yeah, you might.
But come on, like how great would it? I mean, Christopher Walken in Third Scale, like that's come on. And like, how about like the one where he gets fried and they remove like the pan in front of his face and it's that awful like claymation mask or whatever it was that it's like I want that swap out. It would be hilarious. But I do think that people would buy a Penguin. I think that there would be. I do. And I think that would probably be about it. Obviously, a Nicholson would do very well. Obviously, I don't think they'll ever do him, at least until again he has moved on. I think that'll be about the only time that we get one, maybe.
I can imagine them doing a small edition size Penguin that has a full environmental base. Like something rather elaborate that is from the sewer or the sewer or whatever, underground.
I want him on the Third Scale damn duck.
On the duck, he's got the giant ducks around him and the penguins and something pretty elaborate, I can imagine, with a small edition size.
I think that'd be awesome.
Because I don't think Keaton he didn't sell out quick, I don't think, did he?
I don't think so. And I feel like that particular suit, I think Returns would have sold better.
I think
that's just me. I think people like that suit better. I like that suit better. It just it looks better. It looks better with the cape.
100%.
I think that would have been good. And I also think where they messed up big time. And if you remember this, like they actually teased this Batman probably 8 years ago. I mean, they teased him a long time ago, and they teased an unmasked portrait, which if they had done that, and it was fully rendered and everything. And I remember that they didn't get approval at the time for Keaton's likeness. And that was apparently from Keaton, because again, you have to get likeness approval, which obviously eventually they did to do the tuxedo version, which I still regret I didn't get. I wish I had gotten that. But that was the big miss for me. If they had done that, and I think of like the return suit where like the collar really rips off and it's still got the little bit of latexy Batman cowl right there. I think that would have been really cool, but and never say never. Like I was told at one point in time that they were going to probably do a return suit, but then obviously they just lost confidence in a lot of DC pieces. Right. So I would say never say never, and obviously it's also a Blitzway piece.
Right.
And I've really loved what Blitzway's been doing lately. I think they've been killing it.
How much was the Bruce Wayne add-on to get the companion to yours? Was it like another, like double the price kind of thing?
Yeah, it was
really
like 2,600 or something. It was
stupid
expensive. I'm just going to go real quick to the Prime One website and just see if I can find it real quick. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, $2,799. The regular version was 1,600 with an edition size of 400, and that has been waitlisted, so it's basically sold out. The ultimate version, 2,799.
Okay.
So yeah, double.
Wow.
And it had an edition size of 300. So you really think about it, 4, 5, 6. So they made 700 Batmans,
right,
and 300 Bruce Waynes.
Hmm.
But if I ever see one, if somebody ever sells that Bruce Wayne, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I just think it's fun. I at first I'm like, I just don't know if I would need it, but I'm like, I love that movie. So it's like I just feel like why not? Why not? But so yeah, that piece. I can't remember what else we were talking about. What else? We were just talking about Batman or something else. I can't remember what else.
I don't remember.
Maybe that was it.
We got sidetracked a bit.
Well, let's talk about Dan. So Fatal says Dan is respected in the community. I'll be returning soon myself. Life challenges are a priority right now. Grateful to have good content to watch like yours. Well, appreciate that very much. And we're big fans of yours as well. And your life's mission, my friend. And you got to do what you got to do right now. And the community will always. People tell me that all the time. It's like, take a break. Community will always be here when you get back.
You absolutely have to do that, Fatal. That's something else that you learn from being around this collecting hobby. You can't burn the collecting candle at both ends, so to speak. You got to take life as it comes. Sometimes there's big things coming, on board. For those of you on the channel, because I'm one of those here on the channel. I don't mind talking about my life. So I've got my son just got married about a month and a half ago, and my daughter's getting married in a year. So we're busy. So it is a busy time. And sometimes, life just takes priority. You just have to focus on other things. So the good thing is the collecting will be here when you get back.
And that's the thing is like, and you kind of almost sort of took a year off. You were working on some of your life stuff, and like there was stuff that, you had to prioritize.
Yeah.
But here we are still with open arms.
Here we are, and it's just, and it didn't go anywhere. I didn't enjoy my collection any less. I just kind of, the activity, the engagement with researching and buying things and, buying and selling, whatever, and all that. I just had to take a step back, got to focus on other things. And here it all is. And I'm enjoying it as much as I ever have.
That's right. Now you got a bigger room.
And I have a bigger room.
Yeah. Which is good and bad at times.
It is. Yes, sir.
Jimmy G says Dan's room tour. It's a Christmas miracle. Yes, it is. It is indeed. There we go. Can't wait for the room tour. It's a Christmas miracle. Yep.
That's not inaccurate.
Yep. Frederick L says afternoon BSC and all eating lunch after Christmas decorating. You're just now decorating for Christmas, man.
Oh, wow.
I have to toot my own horn. I decorated my whole house by myself. I did it all this year. I'm really proud of myself. But that was
all the decorating?
All of it.
Wow.
I did it all.
That's impressive.
And I wasn't feeling it. Like a lot of our family this year. I don't know. I've heard of that from a lot of people. Like people just weren't feeling it like normal this year. And so it took me a minute to I'm like, usually I want to like be in the spirit. And like, I'm usually listening to Christmas music every day from Halloween on, or the day after Halloween on, but this year I haven't. But I'm like, I just pushed myself to get it all decorated. I wanted to make sure it was decorated, for family coming at Thanksgiving, but I don't know. Do you feel the same or what? I don't know.
We decorated quite a bit. I mean, we're kind of we're in empty nester mode, right? So we're 10 years past you, at least 10 years past you. So in terms of, life mode, and it's strange, Christmas decorating the whole thing when your kids aren't in your house anymore. It's a little different, but yeah, we still decorated. And by the way, we're still kind of figuring out around our house what we want to do for decorations and whatnot.
I was going to say, you definitely have some time to figure it out because that's a new house.
I thought of you, Chris. I thought of you, and I thought of Mr. Sanctuary. Last weekend, I was at Disney Springs
Oh, really?
I was in Orlando for the weekend last weekend, and I was at Disney Springs, and I should have brought it up here. It's downstairs on the tree, but I bought a really cool Haunted Mansion ornament.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 of those on the tree. I love Haunted Mansion like you, and got a great ornament. Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. And it just makes me more excited for Orlando. It's getting closer, as you know.
That's going to be here like that.
It really is.
Early February this year, and Megaton, we're going to have a blast.
And I don't know. I still don't know like how the schedule is going to look or how we're going to navigate things. I know like here's something I don't know if I've told you this, but Danny Earls really wants to join us at Disney. Like, so I don't know if we're going to do Disney, if we'll do half a day at Disney or something along the way. I don't know. But
Disney, what about Friday night at the conference event?
Well, we are doing that.
But why doesn't he just join us for that?
Hey, maybe he can. I don't know. He just mentioned Disney. Like his girlfriend wants to go, so I don't know. But he said at the very least dinner.
Yeah.
So
let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Dan's awesome, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
More the merrier. And anybody on chat, I'm just going to speak for Chris and everybody else on Rogues. Come on, let's do a meetup. Would love that. I love seeing everybody at these cons.
It's so much fun, and I wish you could have seen New York. Like it was crazy the amount of people that stopped us. Like it was just crazy. It was just really fun. It was really fun to meet so many different collectors. But anyway, we'll talk more. Tony Soprano 2 says, question, what's your take on the new Joker movie? I have mixed thoughts. Did you see the Joker movie? Joker 2?
Okay, so whenever they started to come out with teasers and then the trailers, I kind of like all of us, I'm sure, I tracked what was going on with that. Mm-hmm. I have to admit, I hated from the beginning when they said it was going to be a musical. I hated that. It against my Batman grain. And but okay, I'll give it a chance. I start watching the teaser. I have to be, and again, complete honesty here, right? I didn't like the teasers. I didn't like the trailers, and honestly didn't want to waste 2 hours of my time. And then I start hearing everybody hates it. I felt validated, and I still haven't watched it. And now it's streaming, and I have no desire to watch it. None. And I like the Joker movie. I like the first one.
Yep. I like the first one a lot too.
Yeah.
I thought the second one was incredible, but not in terms of a Batman movie. It was a great reflection on society. It was a mental health. That's the field I'm in. So I understood it. Like I understood what they were doing. They used the musical elements strictly it was all in his mind to distract him from the pain that he was in.
Okay.
Very much like whenever you're having a bad day, you get in your car, you turn the music up,
right? You
sing or you scream or whatever you need to do. It was along those lines where it was just that was his mental shutoff valve, and he just went to this imagination of singing, and because that's all he had left. And so if you look at it from that side of things, but yes, it's in Gotham. Yes, there were nods to Harvey Dent, or there was nods, but there was no reference really to Bruce Wayne this time. There was not. I mean, they strictly wanted to make a mental health movie with the DC license.
Yeah,
but it had nothing to do with the DC license.
Yeah,
and so I think that you would, if you just wanted to watch it from that aspect of it and not a Batman film, it's something I would not want to watch again.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it one time. That was it. And I'm really glad we got to do the Joker steps in Brooklyn. Like that was really cool.
That was cool.
With the dude urinating above us. That was a lot of fun. New York, I tell you.
New York.
Yeah, New York. But I really enjoyed the first one. And the second one is definitely not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
But I personally enjoyed it for what it was. But so many people, the problem is they bill it as a Batman film.
Yep.
It's not a Batman film, so that's why people got pissed off. And it's just they tricked people basically. It was, they duped them. They duped him in the first one too. Like it was, that was not a Joker movie. He was not the real Joker. It was not, it was just they used the names of these characters to get people in the theater, and that's what happened. But I still enjoyed the first one. Nicholas, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Brotherhood of the Bat. Really appreciate you guys. And again, all the members that are here, everybody that continues to support this crazy channel. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Jartober says Joker 2 was awful. There you go. I did watch Red 1 last night. It was streaming with The Rock, the Christmas movie. It was great. Did you go see it?
No.
It was fun.
Was it? I heard it was fun.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Although I'm a big fan of The Rock. I think he's a good dude. You know,
and it was really his movie. It really was The Rock's movie, which I didn't think it was. I thought he was like a sidekick in this, but it was really his movie. Man, they really missed. There was this one line where they could have absolutely said, "I could do this all day." Like that was like it was just waiting for them to say it, but they didn't. But it was cute. We watched that last night. So
that's awesome.
Dan, are you going to do anything special for yours and Chris's 10th year anniversary? What is that like this? Is that like silver anniversary? Is that what that is? Like the 10-year?
Well, let's see. 1 is paper and 5 is.
I want to look it up now because like maybe we need to do something special.
Oh, my
gift.
God.
All right. Let's see. What is it? 10th anniversary gift. Let's see. All right. Okay. Yeah. Paper is first anniversary. Second anniversary is cotton. Leather is third. Fourth is fruit or flowers. Fifth, wood. Sixth is candy or iron. Hey, Dan, would you like some wood?
Some wood. I got wood for you.
Seventh, copper or wool. Eighth is bronze. Ninth is pottery. Oh, this is even better. 10th anniversary is tin or aluminum.
10. I can deliver on that.
Yeah, 10.
I can deliver on that.
I mean, it's like we'll send each other a tin can.
I can deliver on that.
All right.
I will deliver on that at MegaCon.
That's right. That's right. Jonathan Gunderson says, yeah, I've been watching 4 or 5 years for Jessica Rabbit. PF has been on eBay for $2.5K. Finally snagged it for $800. Wow, great price.
Great price. Yep.
I was so excited. Like Sideshow did like 4 or 5 pieces back in the day. They did like a Wicked or a Evil Queen. They did Jessica Rabbit. And they were so good. They did the Peter Pan, Captain Hook.
Yep.
Which I owned at one point for a little while. But man, I just wish they would have kept that going because they could have, man. Imagine all the great characters they could have done over the years.
That license must cost a fortune, though, too.
Man, yeah, it must have because it didn't last long.
No.
What's up, Chris and Danny? Do either of you have any original art coming in?
I can't really talk about it yet, but I'm lining up a couple of things for MegaCon. So nothing. I don't have anything coming in between now and MegaCon, but I am planning on a couple pieces at MegaCon.
I haven't had any pieces since New York, really. I mean, obviously I spent, I'm just going to be honest, I spent a shit ton of money between the Lieber Mayho and the Jim Lee.
Oh my God. That's a shit ton.
Shit ton, which right now, I don't know if you've, I put it right here on the back of my door for right now. So this is.
Oh, I noticed it in the video with the kids. You go and you start the video by opening the door.
Yep.
And I saw it on the door. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting place for it.
So I was like, I really want it in here. Originally, I was going to put it like up above the statues, but I'm like, the statues just block it. I'm like, I don't want that blocked.
Yep.
And I'm going to put the Joker down below.
How high is your ceiling, Chris?
Not high enough.
I'm going to measure mine too.
Let's see. This is approximate here. That's right. When you see a bunch of dudes get out tape measures,
it's happened.
You know it's going to be a good time. All right, hold on.
Mine's 8 feet, and I don't have any issue with statues blocking. I mean, artwork.
This room is. All right, 89 inches. So
7.5.
Just about 7.5.
Yep. Okay. So 6 inches. Okay. Yeah, that would make a difference. I could see that.
And the statues that they're blocking are third scale. So if I had quarter scale up on these shelves, I could put tons of art up there.
I've got third. So you'll see in the room tour, but most of mine are not. They're really not blocking, except for one. The Tech 1000 his cape kind of swoops up and blocks a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'll try it there and see, because it's just this big white cube. This is nothing on the back of them. Wish they were like decorated or something. But I'm like, well, I'll put some art over there, and I like it. I think it works okay. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, art for me, I haven't had anything coming in. I do still want 2 to 3 more Finch pieces, which his next show is the original Art Expo, which Matt's going to.
Is Matt going to that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And if I had kind of wished it had been back-to-back weeks, because I had kind of contemplated using my time and doing both weekends. But
when is it?
It's like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of MegaCon.
I thought it was right next to it again.
Yeah, I had hoped, but they didn't. So, and a lot of those artists, obviously, like, most of them do not go to MegaCon. Which, yeah, but MegaCon stacked. I mean, we got Gabriel Delato, we got Lee Bermejo. I did reach out to Bermejo again, because I was going to see if he could do one more smaller commission for me, because I really wanted to pick it up from him.
Right.
He said, I can't this time. Like, I've got these deadlines and it won't work. But he's like, I will make it happen. So just have to wait. Again, patience.
Patience, man.
Batbee says, I really wish Prime 1 would end their Batman Hush line with Catwoman and Hush. I get that they're walking away from DC more, but at least those characters are main to the story. They've never teased a Hush. They have teased the Catwoman. They have her printed. I did talk to their creative director at some point, and he did tell me that they are just retweaking certain things about her, probably just trying to improve, or maybe, I don't know, maybe make her base smaller or whoever, but they are still doing her at some point.
That would be nice.
Batman Collector says, I need DeVito Penguin in the return suit. Yeah, I think a lot of people would really love those. I really do. Are either you gentlemen going to order the Sideshow Man Bat when it goes up for pre-order? I'm thinking about moving to quarter scale after I get the Joker Say Cheese to close out my 1/3. And what a great one to close it out. Dan and I both love that piece.
100% on the Man Bat.
100%. Yeah, I was like, I love what Sideshow's doing. And again, I hear rumblings that they want to really go full tilt into some of these characters that people have been asking for, and so I'm very excited. I'm still kind of shocked that they're doing him. Like, I just, it's just, out of all the characters they do over and over again, it's like really nice that they're definitely pro fan right now.
I'll tell you what, though, you know what it has me wondering? It has me wondering who they do next. Like, if you had to guess the Rogues Gallery, who do they do next?
Well, there would be some that I would pick normally, but I also know some characters that Tweeterhead's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so knowing that, it definitely maybe skews my thoughts a little bit.
Yeah.
I really think that they're going to do a Clayface.
Even with her.
Uh-huh. I think that she sold very well, but I think, and I don't know if it'll be, I mean, it obviously won't come out until, maybe 2 years from now, maybe, I don't know. But I think that they will do. I really do think that they'll do a Clayface. I'm looking at my wall here. How about you? Who do you think that they could do? And keep in mind that it's the grotesque line. It's like, I don't necessarily see somebody like a Punchline necessarily.
I could see them maybe being ready to do a new Croc.
Okay.
And
which would fit that very well.
Which
that
would
monster
fit perfect, right? Perfectly for the track they seem to be on. And if they really wanted to shake things up and they can do a relatively small edition size, they could do like a Solomon Grundy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Hulk, kind of character that.
How about a demonic Ra's al Ghul?
They could do a Ra's al Ghul.
No one's ever done him in quarter.
That's true.
Ever.
But I wonder how he would sell.
Well,
and
not as well as Batgirl.
And that's the thing too. If you look at, they did Ivy, they've done Catwoman, and now, I guess they've got that Joker Harley piece, but they don't have a new. Is the Hell on Wheels, is that the most recent quarter scale Harley? That
Yep.
is, right?
Yep.
Just God, she's been done to death. And that freaking custom, man, I can't wait to get that thing in my hand. I know it's probably not going to be till mid-year anyways, but
I know, I'm so excited.
I
love I really loved that kind of the more straightforward portrait, but like the one like with the band-aid on it, I really like that one a lot.
It's Jay Anacleto for those of you. It's based on Jay Anacleto's artwork, and it's a perfect representation. His work is underrated, by the way. Anacleto's work is underrated. He's one that I'm hoping is at MegaCon. I'd like to get a commission from him.
Is the Batman Tactical Throne ever coming out? I don't know. I still haven't ordered it. I just
you still haven't ordered that?
No, because that's another piece that it will not, no matter, even if I get the smaller version, it won't fit on the back shelf.
Huh.
Yeah. It's so deep.
Right.
And so I'm like, I would really like to get it, but I just like, that's just another piece. Like, where am I going to put it? Unless I change out my middle display completely.
Yeah.
And put all the movie stuff down below. That'd be about the only way. I
was just going to say, when do we get to see anything populate the lower shelves?
So are you like pro move them down? Move the movie stuff down?
I am.
Okay.
I mean, and I don't even have, and you guys are going to, okay. So you guys get a tease of my room tour. I don't even have my lighting installed under my shelves yet. I have no problem. The room is plenty big enough that I get good passing angles on the pieces that are underneath. If you have a real small, narrow room and you have 2 foot deep shelves, I can kind of see not one to put down low because you're always on top, right. You're not seeing them. Right. But if you've got a good size room, I don't have any problem at all seeing my lower shelves.
So you would be pro moving my movie stuff down below. I'm assuming you would be okay with me getting rid of the Ledger bust because it won't go anywhere. So all the movie pieces would be moved down, let's say, and then I could do all different DC comic, different scale pieces in the middle, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is that what you would do?
I would put, I have a certain, so I'm biased.
Sure. I like it.
I would do
something. Hit me with it. Slap me in the face with it.
I would do something different than what you have in them. Having what you have in the middle of your room would make me a nervous wreck at all times. I tried. I had one table, which you'll see in the room tour. It's directly here to my left, where I had my two, I call them my hush pieces. I had Joker Say Cheese and the Hush Batcave 1/3 pieces on a table in the middle, and I had some stuff underneath it, and it just made me antsy. I didn't feel like those statues were secure. I felt like they were line of sight. They impeded line of sight to other statues. It felt, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So yeah, I would change up the middle. I've got a sofa in the middle, and you'll see the rest of that setup, but I don't know. That's the way that I would do it. And by the way, on that, now you're seated and from another position in the room that you're able to see, the lower pieces plain as day.
Yeah.
So
it's just one of those things, like, again, like there's so many pieces that I would like to get, like again, I still don't know. I don't know. I don't remember where you weighed in on if I should get that Batman versus Joker diorama from Sideshow. It's going to ship in 10 days or 8 days now. And so I haven't been charged yet.
I kind of don't see the point. I kind of don't see the point. I like that piece a lot, by the way, for anybody. I like it a lot. I think it's awesome. But I don't see it necessary in your collection. You've got the Batman versus Joker, the awesome 1/3 one, and essentially the same kind of dynamic. It's Batman on top of Joker. I don't really see the point. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see you review them. I think I'd love them for the channel, but I don't see that
Well, and that's the thing is, like, I did that video about, whether I should do it or not. And then, like, I have had somebody reach out and they're like, I want it. Like, if you get it and review it, I want it. So I've already got a buyer.
Oh, then I would definitely do it.
So I'm like, well, it's like I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I mean, even if it, and again, I could always choose to keep it if I wanted to. The buyer would understand. But like, it's like because we haven't committed to anything yet. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, well, if I already know I've got a buyer, if I think it would still be fun to review. I think it'd be fun to talk about.
100%. It's a great piece. It's a great
piece. It is. But again, like, especially like if I don't change up the middle anytime soon, let's say, like I don't have a place for it. It will not fit the back shelf. It only would be on a podium or a stand of some sort. That's the only way I could make it work in here.
I know how you could make it work. I have a great idea.
Let's hit it.
I'm not even kidding. You sell me Batman Triumphant and you put it right there.
Just right there.
Perfect.
Man,
Perfect.
I tell you.
Perfect solution.
It is a tough piece because like that's again like the way I have it, like I can't have him on my shelves because the battering won't work. So I have him on a podium that's lower than the shelves. I mean, just literally just right over there.
Yeah.
That's where he lives.
Shame. You really should.
It's a shame because he covers the Alex Ross. He looks good over here. Like when he was over here.
Yeah.
He looked great.
Yep.
But damn David Finch being my goat.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm like out of focus again. I don't know.
How tall? All right, break out the tape measures again.
All right, here we go.
I don't remember. I'm sure you've said this a few dozen times, but how from the floor to the top surface of your shelf there, how tall is that? Stand by. And we're measuring.
A little over 44 inches.
Oh, see, so your shelves are taller.
And and that's right. And the reason I did that was because I wanted there to be plenty of height for third scales down here. So that was my plan all along. Like I wanted as much room for third scales as I can get. And of course, at the time, Prime 1 was making more.
Yeah, right.
Whenever I was kind of planning it out, now they've kind of slowed down. So I'm like, well, that's like, when are you going to fill your bottom shelves? When Prime 1 freaking sells more, it's like when they freaking come out with them, I'll put them down there. As long as I still got some money in my account, I'm going to put them down there, folks. But like if they're not making them, and so that's why they're empty.
Plenty of room because these shelves are 35 from the floor to the top, and I've got on this side, I've got 2 quarters here, but I've got Harley Quinn, the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. You can see her fine. I like no problem at all. And then down there further, I've got the Libermejo Joker, which you can see perfectly fine, next to Noel Batman. He starts to get a little on the tall side where you have to have a more shallow angle to see him clearly. But
I wonder if maybe I should have like right here instead of doing the full like that. That's basically what he did. Is he took the 2x4s and he went them vertical, and he doubled them like everywhere. Like so, it's like double strength everywhere because I told him how much weight was going to be on it. So like it's well built. Yeah. But I wonder if I should have like instead of done this little gap, if I should have just done it flat right here. And that would have saved me a little bit of, inches maybe.
I can see where what you're talking about with the artwork now, because now you're like, and I'm just comparing because I have my own frame of reference here. But so your ceilings are 7.5, mine are 8. So there's 6 inches there. And then 35 to what did you say? 44?
44.
Yeah. So that's 9 inches. So you're 15 inches less space up top. That I can definitely see the artwork getting.
So there's an example. I got the jock right there framed.
Yep.
I mean, look how much you can see of it.
Right.
Now I went all the way to the ceiling with the Bermejo.
Yeah.
Right there, and that helps. And so like smaller pieces of art, I will still be able to put some art there. But also, whenever I was constructing this, I wasn't collecting original art yet, really. And then that became a passion. So if I had to do it all over again, I surely would have created more wall space.
So what would look cool? I think because the statues are absorbing so much of that space, right? I mean, meaning between the shelf and the ceiling, your statues are filling it a lot more than mine do, even the third scales. And I know I'm looking at like her.
Yeah.
Those two pieces, by the way, that artwork I haven't mounted it. That's part of my change from yesterday.
Love it.
But you're filling it a lot more, right? With just your statues. What if, and I think if you did this in a symmetrical or uniform way, keep going with the smaller format art. So like you did with Finch, continue and kind of position the artwork kind of between the statues. And if they're smaller format like that, I think you can get away with that. It's when you try to put bigger format stuff that it's invariably going to be blocked.
Well,
right?
and like I've got the Ryan Brown right there.
Yeah, kind of like
So,
what size? That's 11 by 17.
It's smaller.
Good.
I don't even know if it's 11 by 17. I think it might be around that. I think it's actually a little smaller because like the Bermejo right there, that's 11 by 17. And the Bryan Brown looks smaller to me.
Yeah.
So, and of course, then I make it bigger by putting the mat on there.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people have said like, the mat's too big on the Bermejo, and maybe it is. I don't know. But I can also go up higher, and put it closer to the ceiling. But like something like that size would definitely work a little bit better.
I think if you go with like, we all buy frames through
Art to Frame.
Yeah. I think I'm looking at my frames now. I think the frames from them they might be like 1.25 inches. They're not that big, even for the bigger format, right? Their standard frame is 1.25 inches. You go with like an 1.25 inch frame and maybe a 1 inch mat or 1.5 inch mat instead of 2 or 2.5 inch mat.
Yeah.
And maybe a single mat instead of double, and max out your artwork size to like 9 by 12 or something.
Yeah.
And if you
keep them all consistent,
keep them all the same size, all the frames the same size. So if it's 8.5 by 11, fine, but arrange your mat and your frame so it's the same size, and then put them between the statues where you can see them. I think that could look really cool.
It could be cool.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the nice thing is I have the option. Sure. I have the space.
All the space.
And, who knows, maybe someday, if everything will go to quarter scale and everything, and maybe the sides will be quarter scale and I'll have the third scales down below. I don't know.
Or if you move some of the thirds down and space them out a little more, you could even do larger artwork. Maybe you do framed 11.5 by 17s that you can fit. And that's a real standard size for everything. So,
yeah.
So
we'll see. And again, that's what I love about this space is that I can do whatever the hell I want. There's so much flexibility to a certain degree. Obviously, I've limited myself on some areas, but it's like I've got the space. Like Batman Collector says that you should have kept the Arkham pieces and put them on the bottom. And actually, I did. I had them all on the bottom. If you go back and watch like last year's room tour, I had like 5 of them down there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I would rather sell them and buy something new. And that's what I did. And so, yes, it looks bad on YouTube because I've got these empty shelves, but I didn't want to keep something just to make it look full.
Right.
And again, truth be told, I've spent a lot of freaking money on art this year. Like, I mean, again, you do the math. I've got 26, 28 pieces of David Finch art at least $800 a piece. That's a lot of money.
That adds up.
It adds up, and then you add the Lee Bermejo and the Jim Lee and the Jock and the Jason Fabok. I've bought all of these artists this year, and my wallet is still not forgiving me. So yeah. So yeah, thank you for all the super chats. Because it's like oh my gosh, I spent a lot of money. But anyway, yeah, I do like the flexibility of my space.
Yeah.
So yeah, and again, I think everybody's really excited to see your space, which is awesome.
It is coming. I'll have it to you. I should have it to you by Wednesday.
Okay. And if you could and I don't know if you could have your lovely wife take a photo of you, but like maybe like you in the foreground with the collection in the background for the thumbnail. Okay.
I can do that.
So yeah, let me do one more comment here. Knight says single pieces get lost down there. That's why you need big dios to fill the bottom shelf so they still look awesome. And yeah, I mean, I definitely have a few kind of diorama pieces. Like if you think of like Triumphant with Penguin, or you think Punchline with Joker.
Yeah.
I definitely have some of those, and they might work down below, but again, they're some of my favorite pieces, so I want them up high. That's my problem. Is like I want to feature the pieces that I love the most up top, and so I don't know. Again, I've got time. I'm not in a big hurry to fill them. I know everybody wants them full yesterday, but that's just the way it is. So.
Yep.
Well, we've gone over an hour. I was going to do about an hour tonight. Anything else you want to say before we maybe wrap up this little hangout session tonight? Thank you for coming on, by the way. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. No, it's great. No, and we have Rogues this week, right?
Rogues this week.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I'm not sure. I haven't heard back from that company. That company had done their Comic-Con, and so they were traveling back, and they were kind of behind on what they were talking about. So I haven't heard back since maybe 4 days ago. So I don't know if they'll be on or not. Otherwise, we'll just talk. And we got a lot of photos to look at on Rogues, because obviously our last show was the auction show, which was, again, so much fun.
That was awesome.
Yeah. And you guys in your detective work with Matt's mystery buyer. And so that was really fun in our private chat this week.
Figured he'd show up. He wasn't going to forget about that great Jim Lee piece. So
yeah, I was going to say that was neat. So anyway, tune in on Wednesday, guys. We'll do our Rogues, and that'll be our last one before Christmas. And then I don't know, I still don't have a date yet for the Batsies, but that'll be here before you know it. That'll be mid-January, probably
right before MegaCon, probably.
Yeah, probably so. So looking forward to that. I need to get I've been giving people a little bit more time, but yeah, some of the winners are surprising. It's been really fun this year to see. Definitely shaking. The audience is shaking things up this year, which is
fun voting. It was definitely fun voting.
And it was like at first, like didn't seem like there was that many pieces, but there was a lot of really good stuff that did come out this year, even though it was a slower year.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it if you would hit the like button on your way out. And again, please join us on Wednesday. Got other content coming out this week as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you all. Thanks, Dan.
Good deal. See you guys.
Right. Happy week, everybody. Almost Christmas.
Happy week.
That's right.